This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a Norwich Walk man charged with murder made his first court appearance this afternoon. 59-year-old Daniel Markey is accused of killing 38-year-old Christopher Nickerson over the weekend. State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss says the State Police Major Crimes Unit was called to a residence on the River Road in Norwich Walk just before 9:30 Saturday morning. The Somerset County Sheriff's Office had received a 911 call reporting a shooting at the home. Moss says when deputies arrived, they found Nickerson deceased. He'd been staying at the residence. Moss says Markey lived at the home. He was arrested and charged with murder. He's currently being held at the Somerset County Jail without bail.
A Pittsfield man is also behind bars after an alleged robbery. 18-year-old Thomas Allen was arrested after police were called to A.E. Robinson in Pittsfield on Sunday for a report of a robbery and an attempted vehicle theft. Police say the female driver was still in the vehicle at the time of the alleged incident. According to police, it was alleged Allen threatened the use of a firearm. Officers located Allen at his home in Pittsfield. He is being charged with 2 counts of attempted robbery, criminal threatening, and violation of conditions of release.
A rollover accident in Bangor led to one person being arrested. 42-year-old Mark Flores of Cherryfield was arrested early Sunday morning after the car he was driving left the roadway and rolled over in the parking lot of the Circle K convenience store on the Hogan Road. Sergeant Jason McCambly with Bangor PD says officers had been in a brief pursuit with Flores after he was seen running a stop sign and speeding on 2nd Street in downtown Bangor. Sergeant McCambly says the pursuit was called off because of road conditions and the speed involved. A few minutes later, they were called to the crash on Hogan Road. Police say no one was with the vehicle, but they checked hospitals and the nearby area. They say they found Flores behind a dumpster at the Circle K on Broadway. He is facing numerous charges, including driving to endanger and leaving the scene of a crash, as well as eluding.
In other news, doxing is the action of exposing someone's personally identifiable information online without their consent, such as their name, address, phone number, and bank account information. In Maine, no law currently exists surrounding doxing. One lawmaker is looking to make it illegal for an adult to knowingly dox a minor. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has that story.
This is an issue that affects all children. This bill would protect all children.
Representative Melanie Sachs from Freeport is talking about her bill titled An Act to Prohibit the Doxing of a Minor and to Authorize Related Civil Action, which faced a public hearing in the Judiciary Committee on Monday. Representative Sachs says she wrote the bill after a minor transgender student athlete in her district was doxed and cyberbullied by a right-wing media entity, garnering national attention and death threats.
That harassment consisted of online social media, websites, and podcasts, and was repeated and quite vicious.
People at the hearing spoke in support of the bill, sharing the same message that we need to protect Maine children.
The intent is fear, intimidation, and harm. These extremist networks span the nation and sometimes the globe, and the negative attention and threats brought to these brave kiddos and their families are dangerous and life-altering.
This year, I became the target of doxing and online harassment after speaking in support of transgender youth mental health and the proposed school-based health clinic at school board meetings. These private details were then published online, including on an individual's X, formerly Twitter, account where my name was used to paint me as immature, incompetent, and disrespectful.
Nobody at the public hearing testified in opposition of the bill, which will now face a committee work session before being voted on by the full legislature. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
For many of us, the work of police canine teams is a world apart from what we do every day. But a violent standoff in Aroostook County in early February brought that work into painfully sharp focus. A police canine named Preacher put himself in harm's way and made the ultimate sacrifice. Well, that was a month ago, and tonight we highlight the extraordinary partnership between a handler and their canine through the eyes of Sergeant Jonathan Russell and Preacher, how he's moving on and the legacy Preacher has left behind. On a humid night in August of 2022, Maine State Police Sergeant Jonathan Russell first laid eyes on a then 14-month-old Belgian Malinois. That night is burned on Russell's memory.
He came out of there like he had been launched.
Russell says it was clear the dog was more than ready to get to work.
So instantly I'm optimistic. He comes out like he's spring-loaded, and he's just ready to hit the ground running.
2 days later, they were off on a journey, officially a team in training. He named the dog Preacher.
He was an extremely quick learner because you really only had to introduce him to something 1 or 2 times, and then he'd be doing it like he'd done it hundreds of times.
Good boy. There you have it.
And over their 2.5 years together, they forged a unique partnership that became the constant in Russell's life, a relationship that only canine handlers truly understand.
But the work as a canine handler doesn't just stop when you sign 10-7 from your day at work. They're at home with you or they're at work with you, and pretty much everything that you do together.
Then on February 3rd, every canine handler's worst nightmare became reality when a domestic violence standoff in Portage Lake took an unthinkable turn. Preacher was deployed to apprehend a dangerous suspect who was trying to flee the scene and was shot in the abdomen. He died around 1 a.m. on February 4th on the side of I-95 as he was being rushed to a Brewer emergency clinic for a desperately needed blood transfusion. Sergeant Russell was right there with him, just as he'd always been, just as partners do. And in the days that followed, Sergeant Russell says he grappled with a painful question all too familiar to other handlers who've suffered the same loss.
And I'll be honest with you, I really, for the first couple days after this happened, I really wrestled with, can I work another dog? And can I muster up the emotional strength to make the commitment that next dog is also going to deserve?
He's since answered that question with a resolute yes, saying that moving forward is a way to honor Preacher's memory.
No bond and no relationship with another canine partner will ever replace what Preacher and I had. Mm-hmm. You know, and Preacher and I's bond never replaced the bond that I had with my first dog.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's a new bond, and it's a new relationship that you formed.
Meanwhile, a powerful legacy is taking shape. A memorial fund in Preacher's honor has already garnered more than $13,000, which will go towards everything from canine protective vests and first aid kits to training equipment. And Russell says he feels Preacher's sacrifice has also helped raise awareness for how canines contribute to their communities.
To see the support and just the absolute thankfulness that so many people have for what Preacher did that night has been a really positive reminder of just the goodness of humanity, to be frank.
And though there is grief, Russell says pride in Preacher's work and gratitude are what he takes with him moving forward.
I could never be more proud and humbled to even have the opportunity to have spent any length of my time as a canine handler and quite frankly, a part of my life shared with him.
All right, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here. We'll get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you, Beth and Devin. Our first weather today is brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. All right, out there for today, lots of sunshine, but cooler temperatures, and that wind is not helping out as well. For tonight, we will see some increasing cloud cover. More of it will be in the northern portion of the state with a chance for a few snow showers, but most likely, most of us are going to stay dry until tomorrow night. Winds out there, a little bit of a breeze, 7 miles per hour in Bangor was stronger earlier on today, 8 miles per hour near Bar Harbor, gusting near 15 at times. That wind is going to become light and variable for us for tonight before we see it pick up a little bit again going into tomorrow afternoon. Highs out there today, much cooler, right around 23 degrees here in Bangor, 24 in Bar Harbor. We saw that in Rockland as well. Some areas in those mid to upper 20s in the southwestern portion of the state, but much cooler up north with some areas only seeing some teens, 19 in Holton, 17 for Greenville and Clayton Lake. Going into tonight, temperatures are going to be cold. We're going to see those mid-single digits early on with temperatures slowly rising overnight, and those winds are going to stay light and variable as well. Beth and Devin?
Thank you, Chase. Coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, the College of the Atlantic becomes the first campus to fully eliminate plastic foodware from all of their dining facilities.
You've probably seen us out on the roads, but there are other parts of our service territory that are much harder to reach, and we get there, whatever it takes. Keeping the power on and making improvements year-round. You can always count on the Versant Power Team out in the field and behind the scenes. providing the service required to keep life's routines running smoothly. And when our work's done, we're headed home to join our neighbors. Versant Power, powering your community.
When it comes to your home, go to the source. Go to R&B's Home Source in Madison. R&B's Home Source has home comfort, convenience, and savings all wrapped up in one location. From the living room to the dining room to the bedroom, we have some of the best values in furniture and bedding. For the kitchen, R&B's Home Source has top-notch appliances from fridges to ranges, even washers and dryers. And sit back and relax with quality electronics. We service everything we sell too. For your home, go to the source. R&B's Home Source, Lakewood Road, Madison.
Winter is a time to get outside and enjoy all that Maine has to offer. And when it's time to come inside, rest assured everything's toasty because of your Fujitsu heat pump from Valley Home Services. Push a button and you'll be snuggling up on the couch in no time. Valley Home Services offers reliable rebates, significant energy savings, and expert installation. And now save $500 off each indoor unit for all systems installed by April 1st. Embrace the comfort of Fujitsu heat pumps from Valley Home Services. Call or click today.
It's Hometowns Week. This week is everything. Tip of pros, I have to feel comfortable around their family.
I think this man is my forever guy.
Did you just kiss my daughter? I'm gonna tell you, Dad. I got a problem on my hands.
You are the first person that I'll bring home that's not in our same religion.
I'm not Mormon. I have tattoos. I do drink sometimes. Do I have to become Mormon to be with this woman?
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
The senior project of a student at College of the Atlantic is helping to break barriers by making the school the first in the country to fully eliminate single-use plasticware. Our Alex Schley has more.
This winter, College of the Atlantic in Bar Harbor became the first campus in the country to eliminate disposable plastic foodware. The milestone was part of Linnea Go's senior project, which gives students the option to take food to go from the school's dining hall without the use of plastic dishware. According to the college, Go's project will keep over 50,000 pieces of disposable plastic out of waterways. Alex Freed, director of Atlas Zero Waste for the New England-based nonprofit Post Landfill Action Network, helped make this program a reality.
Students on college campuses are looking for solutions. We're starting to see these models emerge of institutions that are switching away from disposables at scale and switching to reusables and treating reusables the same way you treat a library book.
Go says the system relies on an app called Reusey.
On the containers and look at the QR code sticker that's there. And then on my phone, press checkout, which will bring up a camera to scan.
The program then tracks which containers students have. And it doesn't stop there. Go says they also offer to-go coffee mugs, and that no other school with a similar program offers reusable to-go utensils.
And so he really wanted to have that be an option since utensils are still an issue.
Go says using the containers is completely free to all students. They ask that containers are returned within 3 days, but students are only charged if they aren't returned by the end of the semester. In Bar Harbor, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Jody Hersey was in Bangor to highlight a local songwriter.
And in sports, the high school hoops tourney is all wrapped up, but playoff basketball is not, as Husson prepares for the D3 NCAA tournament this weekend. We'll have that story after the break.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. One of our clients was badly injured in a hit and run. I was able to work with the police and the DA's office to get him a $500,000 settlement. If you've been hurt by a drunk driver, I'm your go-to guy.
Tanning season is here, and Gold Star Cleaners is the place to tan, with top-of-the-line beds and booths. The best part? No membership is required, and tanning packages don't expire for 2 whole years. Gold Star Cleaners locations with tanning are open from 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, so you can tan on your time. Shop our extensive line of lotions and enjoy free Winkies for the best eyewear protection in the industry. March special, buy any bottle of lotion and get 1 tan free, a huge added value to our already low lotion prices.
Orono is more than just a college town. It's an affordable destination. Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole Blacklight mini golf course. Budget-friendly, fun for the whole family, with 13 restaurants within walking distance. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Bring your new kitchen to life with help from the Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring Division by Hammond Lumber Company. Bring in your ideas or get inspired by Hammond's extensive showroom displays. Your Hammond sales rep will help you create a materials list and cost estimate, and Hammond's designers will help you visualize your space before the work begins. And Hammond delivers from 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Your new kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Join America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
For the I can't believe it. And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Start your day with Good Morning Maine. Weekday mornings starting at 6 on ABC 7.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. The 2025 Maine High School Basketball Tournament has come and gone, and what a 2-week stretch it was. But the playoff basketball is far from over. Husson Men's Hoops is preparing for their second straight NCAA tournament appearance. They're looking for some history. The Eagles winning back-to-back North Atlantic Conference championships with a huge 90-69 win over VSU Johnson this past weekend. Husson heads into the tournament with a 21-7 record. They take on the Engineers from Worcester Polytech, or WPI. The Eagles are currently on a 9-game winning streak, and they say the resilience of the group has gotten them to where they are now.
I think our team is just super resilient. I think we've been battling injuries all year. I think it's just a next guy up mentality. We all believe in each other and the coach's plans for us.
We started out 2-5, and then we've gone 19-2 in the last 21 games. And 2 games we've lost, we didn't have Riles due to injuries. So if you look at the injuries we've had, the next guy's just stepped up, and we've just kind of played at that level of we're going to get it done anyway, and put things together in the last 2.5, 3 weeks playing our best basketball.
A lot of key guys on this squad were also on the team last year when Husson took on the 8th-ranked team in the nation in NYU in the first round. This year, they get a much closer destination heading to Worcester. The Engineers are the host, and with a good group of upperclassmen, they're hoping to make some noise on Friday night.
Like, a lot of us were there for last year's first round game, and I think we want to make history this year. You know, we got a little taste of it, and I think we're hungry to, go make some noise in the tournament.
We've got four really good seniors that lead us every day, and not only in their play, but their mindset and how they approach their day-to-day habits. And so it's a great place to start when you've got seniors that are locked in.
Husson has now been to 10 tournaments in the last 15 years. Onto the ice now, Maine men's hockey hosting senior weekend this past weekend, and it was a good one for the Black Bears, sweeping their final home weekend of the regular season with 2 big wins over Vermont. Maine was dominant on Friday for a 4-1 victory over the Catamounts, and on Saturday, the offense kept rolling with 4 more goals and a 4-3 victory on senior day. Leading the way for Maine, especially on Thursday, was transfer senior forward Taylor McCarr. McCarr netted the first 3 goals of the game for Maine on Friday, a hat trick with the first 2 coming on the power play. He was the only player in the nation with a hat trick last week, good for Hockey East Player of the Week, and it was his first time winning that award. 70-plus years of Bangor East Little League and Bangor West Little League, the 2 organizations will now merge to become one. The 2 will now be one league known as Bangor Little League, effective this season. Leaders say it's been a long time coming. They say over the years, the numbers have decreased, so consolidating makes the most sense. But they also say combining the teams will actually mean more opportunities for the players.
We can create different opportunities for different skill levels. So we're going to be able to add different levels of, for example, minors baseball. So we're going to have an in-house developmental league, and then we can move on to a travel league that allows players to compete against local towns at a more competitive level.
Registration is now open for Bangor Little League, and partial and full scholarships are available. We have a link to this story on our website at foxbangor.com. All right, that is all the time we have for sports. Here's Chase Ropenack with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Out there for today, a cooler one with mostly sunny skies, though. 23 here in Bangor, 24 for Bar Harbor. Lots of areas in those mid to upper 20s down in the southwestern portion of the state, trying to reach for 34 today. But we were not even close up north. Many areas we saw in the teens. Holton at 19, Greenville and Clayton Lake at 17 degrees today, and Millinocket and Presque Isle hanging out right around 20. Going into tonight, we're going to have some partly cloudy skies moving through and light and variable winds. That will have some cool temperatures here in town early on, though. Right around 10 to 11 o'clock, we'll be seeing those mid-single digits, and then they will slowly rise throughout the night as we'll have another system making its way. By tomorrow night, we'll be seeing some rain and snow chances, but highs during the afternoon are going to reach for those upper 30s. The models are showing those mid-30s at 36, but expect our highs to be right around 38. We'll see that down near the coastline as well. Don't be surprised if some areas in the southwestern portion of the state do touch that 40-degree mark for tomorrow. Temperatures up north near Clayton Lake and Caribou to stay a lot closer to freezing. That average high this time of year is 36 degrees, so a little bit above that for tomorrow, but well above it for Wednesday and Thursday. Checking out Thursday, we can see some highs getting close to 50 degrees. It does look like Wednesday night through Thursday, those temperatures are going to stay stable right around the mid-40s, so it's going to be a warm Wednesday and Thursday for us. We'll cool off by Friday, mid-30s by Saturday, 32 on Sunday, but back up near 40 degrees going into next week. On Monday, we will see some warmer temperatures after that as well. Northwest winds right now, not too bad. 7 miles per hour here in Bangor, 8 miles per hour in Bar Harbor. All of us seeing right around that 5 to 10 mile per hour range. Winds are going to stay light and variable for tonight. They will pick up a little bit tomorrow. They'll be pretty similar to what we saw out there for today, except they will be from the south. So as we see out there, mostly sunny skies right now. There is cloud cover to the west. Most of that will make its way into town for tonight, but we will only see a little bit of precipitation up north near the Presque Isle region. A few snow showers are possible overnight into tomorrow afternoon. Most of that precipitation will be making its way in here into Bangor by tomorrow night, with chances for it being rain or snow. We can see for 8 o'clock, that chance is looking more like a wintry mix, right on the line of that rain and snow. But it looks like with temperatures still being above freezing going into tomorrow night, most of it will be rain, but will turn into snow on the back end. But as we go into the early morning hours for Wednesday, right around 9:30 a.m., all of this is going to be rain. Most of that snow is going to stay at the very northern tip of the state. And I do think by the afternoon, most of us will be seeing all rain. As you can see, that line keeps on going pushed north, more north, and more north, while we'll have lots of moisture, very warm temperatures by Wednesday afternoon into evening. All of this will be rain for us, unfortunately. But as we see for tonight, staying dry, lows right around 0 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Winds are going to be calm out there. And for tomorrow, picking up right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Could have a gust near 15 miles per hour. Increasing clouds for us, staying dry during the afternoon with highs right around 38 degrees. Taking a look at our extended forecast, we are going to have lots of rain coming in Wednesday at the high right around 47, continuing into Thursday. Most of that rain will be before noon, highs near 49 degrees, and then cooling off by Friday, decreasing clouds, highs near 30 degrees. Beth and Devin.
Thank you, Jason. There's still more to come after the break.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
The Legacy Sandwich, where you can find quality, homemade sandwiches that are made to order. When it comes to food, we take it seriously. That's why we serve shredded chicken and turkey on our sandwiches. Voted Bangor's best deli sandwich shop. It's not just a sandwich, it's a legacy.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Today, there are so many Medicare options, and they can be confusing. This is why Senior Planning Center has locations and agents all over Maine to help you secure the benefits you deserve. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? See why thousands of Mainers turn to Senior Planning Center for their Medicare needs.
Don't call an out-of-state 800 number when your help is right here at home with the Senior Planning Center. For a free Medicare review, call 207-223-6565 and speak with a licensed agent today. No obligation to enroll.
Starting May 1st, the Bureau of Motor Vehicles will begin issuing the new Pine Tree license plate. If you have a Chickadee plate, it will be replaced when you renew after May 1st at no additional charge. If you have a Chickadee plate number you want to keep, you can reserve it today online by searching Reserve My Plate and paying a one-time $25 fee. With your help, we can provide prompt and quality service to all Mainers. Brought to you by this station, the Maine Association of Broadcasters, and the Secretary of State.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
The Academy Awards could be fading to black on ABC. Bloomberg reports the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is feuding with Disney about the value of its broadcast rights, and the Academy has held informal talks with Netflix about possibly streaming the Oscars in the future. Amazon, NBC Universal, and Paramount Global could also be in the mix. Currently, the deal with the Academy and Disney is valued at more than $100 million per year, and the Academy is pushing for a significant raise. The award show has aired on ABC continuously since the 1970s.
Well, even though the temperatures are still below freezing outside, there's never really a bad time to treat yourself to a banana split or some soft served. And some people who might know that better than anyone else is the team over at Jimmy's Ice Cream and Grill in Brewer, who just opened up for the season. Jimmy's manager, Grace Mylan, says it's tradition to reopen during the first week of March. The announcement was officially made on the Jimmy's Ice Cream and Grill Facebook page this morning.
I made a post around 11 o'clock that we were open. And within 5 minutes, we had about 60 shares on the post, and everyone was here. The phone was off the hook, and everyone, there was a line, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Jimmy's Ice Cream and Grill is open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
A Bangor songwriter says what our state and country needs today is a whole lot of Paul Bunyan courage. Our Jody Hersey explains.
Paul Bunyan was taller than a Maine pine.
83-year-old Joe Pickering Jr. is a songwriter and music publisher who always has lyrics running through his head.
And I've got a funny bone. I like to write funny songs, but I also write very serious songs about people who have made a difference in people's lives.
Pickering's written about Maine baseball player Louis Sockalexis and Maine lumberjack Paul Bunyan.
Well, Paul was king of lumber when lumber was king.
Pickering says lawmakers and congressional leaders could learn a lot from this larger-than-life lumberjack, especially in today's political climate.
America needs Paul Bunyan courage. Our leaders need it, and the people need to demand that America be greater than it is.
Pickering wrote the ballad of Paul Bunyan back in the 1990s. He and his song are featured on one of the kiosks near the Paul Bunyan statue on Main Street in Bangor. Parks and Recreation Director Tracy Willette says it's a really nice touch to the area.
So we're hopeful that visitors here to the statue can get a good sense of why Paul came to be here in Bangor and some of the history of Paul Bunyan and logging here in Bangor.
Pickering plans to continue writing songs and making them available on his website, kingoftheroadmusic.com.
Paul Bunyan is a wonderful inspiration for laughter. And by God, America needs laughter today.
In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, that is going to do it for us, folks. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great night.
And for more of your local news, you can join us over on Fox 22 News Tonight at 6:30.
This week, the breakdown in diplomacy seen around.
With that, she did have a TV program.
She did have a conversation with me.
about, she came over to my house and she said, it's no longer the insurance company, she quit, it's just me and you. And I said, I still have an insurance company, and let me get a hold of them. And then in the meantime, I got turned around and she filed a complaint. But before that, I didn't know, she sent me a letter asking me that, but I didn't know she sent me a letter saying she wanted me to pay her.
Well, now we know. Now you know. You knew you weren't coming here because I was preparing a brisket. You knew you were coming here because she was suing you.
No, but see, she sent me a letter with the wrong name.
Like, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500.
She never asked me for the $500.
Thank you.
Excuse me, step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I heard the fence behind me fall.
She taped a note to my fence.
I ran out.
It said, call me, Barbara.
And I actually helped tried to heave it up.
Make sure your insurance company pays.
I said, we've got a problem here, I need to pay for this.
The deductible.
He called somebody on the phone and said, we're not liable.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a Norridgewock man charged with murder made his first court appearance this afternoon. 59-year-old Daniel Markey is accused of killing 38-year-old Christopher Nickerson over the weekend. State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss says the State Police Major Crimes Unit was called to a residence on the River Road in Norridgewock just before 9:30 Saturday morning. The Somerset County Sheriff's Office had received a 911 call reporting a shooting at the home. Moss says when deputies arrived, they found Nickerson deceased. He had been staying at the residence. Moss says Markey lived at the home. He was arrested and charged with murder. He's currently being held at the Somerset County Jail without bail.
A Pittsfield man is also behind bars after an alleged robbery. 18-year-old Thomas Allen